I'm not familiar with that 5-month review, but if people aren't reporting, they should be. Because this is a free market and we're a free market economy. They should be able to participate in that.
All right, that was House Speaker Nancy Pelosi last month when asked whether members of Congress should be banned from trading individual stocks while being in Congress. The Speaker has come under scrutiny for blocking bipartisan efforts to prevent members of Congress from engaging in individual stock picks. Pelosi, who, according to the New York Post, is one of the richest members of Congress with an estimated net worth of $106 million, is married to businessman Paul Pelosi, who runs an investment firm. Last year, Pelosi bought call options on big tech stocks, including Google, Disney, and Roblox. So the big question here is, should members of Congress be allowed to trade stocks that they often regulate? Let's ask President of Judicial Watch and author of A Republic Under Assault, Tom Fitton. Tom, good to see you as always. Sean and I were talking about this I think a very interesting conversation. Should trading stocks be banned for members of Congress? Where do you draw the line here?
Well, I just love Pelosi's comment. You know, it's yay capitalism when it comes to her pocketbook. Isn't it just wonderful to see? Maybe we should force members of Congress to trade individual stocks in order, and maybe that's all their salary can rely upon. Look, Mayor Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi is Speaker of the House. Every word she utters can influence the stock market. If you ask an average American, well, should Nancy Pelosi and her husband be trading stocks while she's running the House? They'd say no. And if she were a judge and her husband was doing this, as a judge, she wouldn't be able to participate in cases in matters in which the companies, in matters that impacted the companies that she had investments in, even if it were through her husband. So, I don't know if this can ever be fixed. Disclosure would be good. Secondly, I think one way to do this is to have the Securities Exchange Commission take the approach, because insider trading obviously harms the public interest with respect to Congress, but it's also designed to protect the public interest and confidence in the markets. And when you have major political figures like Nancy Pelosi playing the markets without any accountability, it raises questions. And the Securities Exchange Commission should presume individual stock trades should be questioned under an insider trading investigation. They should begin investigations necessarily of members involved in individual stock trades. They can still do the trade, but they have to account to the Securities Exchange Commission for what's going on. And with Nancy Pelosi, you have to presume there's insider trading, even if there isn't.
Well,
You can't get away from the appearance problem.
Well, I mean, not just that, but as Speaker, let's say that there's a regulation that's going to affect Google or big tech. As Speaker, whether or not that bill is going to pass or not. I mean, you run the system, so you inherently know what's moving down the pike, what's actually going to happen or not happen. That's the essence of insider trading. But here's what I want to, here's like when I was in the White House, they made us sell every stock that we own and had to either go to a mutual fund or something that you couldn't actually regulate, or there were other instances where you would have to your point, not participate in the discussion. But where do you come down on the spouse? Because I think that's the interesting question for me, is that I get the elected official. That makes sense. But the spouse, then you got to get into this. Do they have a right?
No, not if they're Speaker. Not if you're Speaker of the House. I mean, a judge's spouse is covered by the ethics rules. I mean, the idea that Nancy Pelosi's husband could engage in stock trades with Google and her position on Google has no relation to it, I mean, that's absurd. You presume they're part of a team there. And with Pelosi, the power is extraordinary. It goes beyond whether legislation is going to pass, even calling a hearing or saying, hey, look, I think we're going to investigate this issue or touch this issue next year. That's enough to cause a stock price to either increase or decrease. There's got to be more policing of this. Look, this is a mess the left has made. They've put these rules in place because they don't like private individuals or successful business people or people who've been successful in the private sector being in government, because they hate the private sector. Now applying those ethics rules to the socialists that are running the country now, we can't do that. Capitalism.
I know.
It's very
Call your
interesting.
office.
Well, Tom, we always appreciate your thoughts and your insights. Thanks for being
Adam
here.
Smith, excuse me. I was.
Good to see you, Tom.
Thank you.